going on, Jeromes? So the Minnesota Vikings do have one of the best wide receiver duos in the National Football League in Justin Jefferson, who is not getting traded. Don't really care what they're just talking about on the national media. Oh, what if Justin Jefferson's traded? Oh, because we hate the Vikings. Oh, Kirk Cousins all of a sudden a superstar with the Falcons. Blah, 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 blah. And Jordan Addison. But the Vikings definitely need a couple more bodies on the outside. The new quarterback of the future, whoever it's going to be, will need as many weapons as possible. And the Vikings are running it back with one of the fan favorites, the guy who really stepped up last year as a wide receiver 3 and return man Brandon Powell coming on down. The Vikings reportedly have re-signed Powell to a 1-year deal, a favorite of Kevin O'Connell and Wes Phillips. And Powell does turn 29 in September, but he's got that speed still at 5'8", a $181. He was a 2018 UDFA out of Florida. And with Kevin O'Connell and Wes with the Rams in 2021. Came to the Vikings last offseason, worked his way up the depth chart. Basically took over as wide receiver 3 last year as KJ Osborne was just sort of, I don't know, man. But 29 catches for 342 yards and a touchdown on 42 targets. Now, the touchdown was huge because caught the game winner from Josh Dobbs, the pass down in the Falcons game. Hey, do you think Kirk traveled with the team that week? I forget. Just hey, coach, I'm gonna dip out and check out houses. I don't know. But it was an emotional game for Powell because he had played for the Falcons and also was playing in front of a lot of friends and family. Great moment on the sidelines with Kevin O'Connell. That's why I brought you here. Woo, woo. That's right, man. And I mean, the team was in disarray last year. I mean, we of course remember that. JJ was out and Cousins was popped his Achilles. So guys like Powell really did step up and made an impression. Powell also had 11.2 yards per catch as well as 18 first downs and also took over as a primary punt returner. Returned 37, 12.57 yards per punt return on punts that weren't fair caught. Also, Brandon Powell was a little bit famous last year too because he was the pusher on the 2 worst tush pushes in NFL history, where, all right, so Nick Mullins, he's not Jalen Hurts. He ain't squatting 600 pounds. Garrett Bradbury is one of the smallest, lightest, least anchory centers in the league. And then Brandon Powell, 181 pounds, is the smallest guy on the team. So you have the smallest guy on the team pushing a whatever quarterback behind the smallest center in the league, and you're just like, hey, let's do it twice in a row when they know that we're going to do it. As opposed to giving the ball to Ty Chandler, who had like 130 yards rushing that game. Whatever. I feel like that should be a clause in Brandon Powell's contract. It's like, I will not have to push the tush in 2024. That's all, man. But the Vikings, I mean, could the Vikings add a body in the draft at wide receiver? Sure, certainly. But you got Addison, you got Justin friggin' Jefferson, who's not being traded. Brandon Powell is a nice sort of gadgety wide receiver 3. Would love to see him used even more creatively. You know, maybe on some jet sweeps and whatnot. Saw a little bit of that last year. Would like to see more. N'Keal Harry, J.J. McCarthy needs a tall receiver. Jalen Nailor, can he stay healthy? Because he's got talent, man. I mean, Jalen Nailor was the talk of the offseason program last year before he got hurt on the first day of training camp. Stuff, man. Lucky Jackson, Tristan Jackson are also there. Tristan Jackson caught a touchdown in the Falcons game, too. Thayer Thomas, the slot machine, punt return machine from NC State. Malik Knowles from Kansas State, go Wildcats. And then Dylan Baldwin. I mean, overall, it's a pretty deep wide receiver room. It's top-heavy and thick. But Brandon Powell, I like this pickup. I mean, he's a guy that obviously the coaches trust. He's a guy that could be an impact on offense as well as a solid special teamer. And I feel like the team just gravitates around. It's almost like he's the mascot or something like that. But again, we are not doing this. No tushing, pushing, or tushing. No. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings running back 1-year deal with wide receiver Brandon Powell. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.